Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to Recovery Warrior Talk. My name's Leon. I'll be hosting. I just wanted to, I'm back. I had to take a break here for a few weeks and stuff. Kind of wanted to get some stuff out on the air here before we start and before I introduce our guests. You know, when we started Recovery Warrior, uh, when things are good, the bad always comes with it. So, you know, we went into this and you know, some things were coming at us, coming to us. And you know, I kind of explained myself today on Facebook, so not gonna get too deep into it, but you know, it's just you know, you gotta watch out. You know, when there's good, bad is always gonna try to affect the good, you know, but no phase. You know, we stepped back, we took some hits, but we're all good, you know. The glories to God for me, you know. So that's why I do this because you know, I've been in the trenches, I've been homeless, I've been addicted, and you know, I want to help another sister or another brother that's been in the same situation, homeless, broke down, nowhere to turn. You know, I've been there, you know, and today I'm sitting here, you know, and it's good. It's all good. Uh, I want to thank. You know, we're in an undisclosed location tonight. No, just kidding. No, it ain't that bad. No, we're at the lighthouse tonight, as where it should be. You know, this is a church where you can, you know, leave your burdens, leave everything. You know, for me, you know, and it's a good place, and I thank everybody that's involved with it, and all the members of the lighthouse, and also my church up at Cedar Church. So um, tonight, I just wanted to say thank you for you know, tuning in for the weeks that I wasn't here, and everybody involved in it. You know, everybody that's a part of this is we're all human. You know, we're all human, and people uh, people fall. I fall, and when we get back up, that's what matters. So you know, we're here. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going, and that's just the way it is. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. You know, and uh, t- uh, got few announcements. I guess our powwows this weekend, starting tomorrow. Um, they're having ancestors of the run. It's at the casino, but I heard if it's raining, it's going to get moved over to the Lake Andes gym in town there, or the old high school. So just making you aware of that. Um, yeah, so it'll be a good weekend. You know, Saturday scheduled to talk at the ancestors of the run. I think that's at 1 o'clock about methamphetamine, and I think Zephyr is gonna be in on it. So you know, it's gonna be a good weekend. Um, what else going on? You know, just we're all living. You know, we're all living in the community. We're all trying to do our part, and we just got to keep going. You know, we got to keep doing this thing called life. And when it gets hard, you know, we got to pray. You know, we got to pray, and uh, yeah. So, but tonight I wanted to introduce a good friend of mine, my Hunka brother, Greg Zephier, aka the Hedgehog. His sister Yvette um, on tonight with us, and she's got a story that she wanted to share with us, and it's a very powerful story. I know a little bit of it. I know Yvette. I know all Greg's family, and real good people, man. Real good people. Mom, sisters, everyone. You know, so I just wanted to bring her on tonight, and she wanted to come on. So I wanted to introduce her, Yvette Zephier. And yeah, so I'm glad you're here, Yvette.
Thanks.
And do you live here in Wagner now?
Yeah, I live in Wagner.
Cool. So
I'm a member of the Yankton Sioux tribe, and I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. I got around 18 years clean.
Right on.
I started using in probably when I was about 20, up until I was about 35. So that's quite a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That seems like a lifetime.
Yeah. I've been in all kinds of trouble. I've been in and out of jail. I've been to prison. I've done 7 months in prison treatment and got out of prison. I had 3 years clean and relapsed and ended up getting in trouble again and going back to prison again.
Was this in South Dakota?
This was in Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah. The first time I got clean, though, I had a lot of people that were behind me and helped me. And one of them was my boss, and she had her business for 40 years, but at her business, she employed a lot of people that came out of prison.
Yeah.
And
what kind of business was that?
It's a Mexican restaurant.
All right.
Yeah. So I learned a lot from there.
Yep.
But anyway, she employed a lot of people that were coming out of prison or out of jail. And in Nebraska, they give you, the employer, they pay half of their salary. And so that's a good deal for the employer and for the people that want to get jobs. But in the past, I've heard a lot of people say that it's hard to get a job when you're in recovery, or when you're a felon, or you're ex addict or whatever. But I got a good job, a good support group. And the second time when I went to prison, my boss had wrote a letter for me to the parole board and told them that she was waiting for me to get back, because she said that I was sorely missed and that I was a good employee. And so, yeah, so that was really awesome to have people that have your back.
Yep.
And so that's kind of what I like to do, is have other people's back now in recovery.
I think your whole family does, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Greg, everybody, you know, and I know your family and good people, man. You know, good people.
Yeah. So, and while I was in prison, I did 7 months in treatment. As soon as I went to prison, that was what I wanted to do, was go straight to treatment. So I did my 30 days in D&E, and then I went straight to treatment. I did my life story, which was I think 300 and some pages at the time. Now it would probably be a couple thousand. Couple thousand. But I did go back and went from my earliest memory of losses or anything that happened in my past. And
Greg, can you grab us some tissue, bro?
Yeah, I like to cry.
No, that's all right.
I'm a crier.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I did my life story. It was pretty long. I read it in front of our whole group.
Yeah.
I did grief recovery. I did that on my dad and on meth. because
Before we go any further, I forgot, before I introduced you, I just wanted to introduce your dad, man.
oh yeah,
Her dad, Greg's dad, all his sisters, is the late Cummings-Zephier Senior, founder, one of the co-founders of the AIM,
Mhm.
artist, singer, uh, everything. If you
3D Council.
Treaty Council, if you got time, he's on the computer. Look
Mhm.
him up, and I apologize for that. I get on here and everything goes out the window,
Uh-huh.
man. And that was one of the things I wanted to uh, you know, he painted a picture for Patty's grandma Bessie, and I can't remember who's got the picture now.
JFK.
Yeah, yeah.
I had it. My sister Lori has it now.
Oh, okay, all right.
Mhm.
But I knew your dad probably maybe when I was worked at the casino. Every time I didn't know him, but we shook hands all the time, man.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I apologize for that, and Cummings-Zephier Senior. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I did do my grief recovery on my dad, and methamphetamines was a big loss. For me, meth was like my best friend.
Yep.
It was always there when you needed it
Yes.
to numb yourself.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did mine on.
Could totally relate to that, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And those 7 months was a lot of work. I did in one of my classes, I did a wall of people that got hurt by my actions.
Yeah.
By even just going into a store and stealing something.
Yeah.
I mean, or even the cops being involved. Any of that there was always somebody that it affected. So I had like a whole couple walls
Yeah.
of people that I've hurt. And so it was pretty good though. I mean, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about myself and the cognitive thinking class that I took too, how to change your thinking, and that helped a lot too with like whenever when you're a user, you have dreams. And there was one time I was in jail and I was dreaming about it. I woke up and I was blowing out smoke. And it was like, what
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was just so having to change your thinking on like if you're feeling like using or thinking about it,
Yeah.
you have to change your thinking. And as soon as you change your thinking, then it's that feeling of wanting to use goes away. But that's kind of what I worked on while I was in prison. I worked on my thinking, my grief about losing my dad, meth, I mean, and just other things in my life, that losses that I had, like my brother Randy, Kimberly Means was a big one. He was it on the Run for Freedom, Greg, or was it on the Longest Walk? Run for Freedom. Yeah, she was a childhood friend. I mean, we were down at the Sundance grounds like little,
Yeah.
running through the hills and all of that. And they were on the Run for Freedom and coming from out west. And we were in Marty. We were waiting for them to get there to welcome them. And
Yeah.
and here we got the news. And I was still young, but it had a big effect.
What happened?
She was had to use the restroom, and there was a drunk driver, and he was driving by, and I guess he was yelling stuff, and he just kept going by, and she went across the road to use the restroom, and he came and hit her.
Oh man.
And killed her. But yeah, so that was one of the big things that I dealt with when I was there
Yeah.
to and because I didn't want to come out with all of that still,
Yeah.
because it would still affect me. It would still affect my recovery. And I knew that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so I dealt with all of that when I was there and did my life story, which was all of that was in there in my life story. My brother, Kimberly, my dad. I mean, just so much.
Yeah.
But
So that was all in that was part of the program, the 7 months?
uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
I did it twice. I did it both times that I went to prison.
7 months apiece?
Mhm.
So is that like every day? Every day that you had to
That I
go
was
to
in prison?
class?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Every day I had group counseling,
Yeah.
and then I had counseling with just the counselor by myself.
For 7 months straight?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And there was like 3 or 4 counselors, but they were really good. They
Yeah.
were like they're the best counselors that I've ever
Yeah.
came across.
Because I went to treatment 3 times and it was only for 30 days apiece, you know? And
That's why I'm saying treatment has to be way longer
yeah,
than 30 days.
for
It
real.
has to be months, a year, even year,
Yeah.
even more than a year.
But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, if they when I first went, if they would have said, "You're doing 7 months, Leon," I'd be like, "No, I'm not." You know, "I'll do 30 days. I can do this, man," you know? But, over my use and over the years, you know, my 20 years of using, 3 times, you know, and truthfully, 2 of the times I went, I didn't even wanna go, you know? It was
Mhm,
just to make people happy, and, 3rd time I finally made a decision, man, but yeah, I
mhm,
mean, eh, 30 days ain't gonna cut it. I mean,
mm-mm.
some
No,
yeah,
and a lot of the women, they didn't want to go to treatment, but that was something I wanted,
yeah,
and I took advantage of it too.
yep,
I mean, I got everything out of it that I could possibly get. And I even while I was there, they even had us took some of us women out to the schools, and we talked to some of the I think they were like 3rd and 4th graders.
yeah,
Yeah, I talked to them about meth and what it does to you. And there was another girl with me, and she was when she went to jail, she was pregnant. And while she was in jail, she had her baby and everything. But while she was in jail, her boyfriend was high on meth and up for days and ended up getting killed.
oh, wow,
So there's just so much stuff that happened there. There was a woman who was she must have been about 40 years old, but from using meth, her insides would fall out.
mm,
And so when we were going to go somewhere, we'd have to stop so they could push them back up.
yeah,
And that was all just from meth.
wow,
And it's crazy.
yeah,
It's crazy.
just one of the many of, terrible things that
Mhm.
happens when, you know,
The side effects.
yes, yes,
You don't think that you're going to get any side effects,
yep,
but
you do,
there's all kinds.
yep,
There's all kinds of side effects. But yeah, so I spent 7 months there. I got out, went to Norfolk. I went to a halfway house, and
doing everything right
uh-huh.
that time,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, I ended up getting an apartment. Um,
When you got out, did you have to go to the halfway or was it optional?
no, I had to go.
Okay.
I had it like set up before I went to the
Yeah.
parole board and all of that. Had letters and all of
And
that.
that was right in Northport?
That was in where I got prosecuted at was in Norfolk
Okay.
or Madison. It's Madison County.
So like right where you used to hang out and everything? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
okay. That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a problem or
Well, not when I got out. No,
I mean your friends or anything didn't
I pretty much just cut everybody off.
yeah, right
I
on.
cut everybody off. I started going to meetings. I had my own person that I called all the time.
Yep.
Well, I didn't call her all the time, but
Yeah. Yeah.
she used to have to remind me to call
Yeah.
her. But yeah, I had a really good support system, and without that, I'd probably be back out there.
Yeah.
Because you have to have it.
You have to.
Yep.
You have to.
It's a must in recovery.
Yep. I had a sponsor too, man. He's from Sioux Falls. You know, the third time when I made a decision to quit, I met him at a meeting, you know, so constantly called, you know, and he'd call me out. But the third time when I decided to get clean, it was easier, you know, because I wanted it, you
Mhm.
know, and I didn't even care what anybody said around here because I had bets on me. You know, they were like, I'll give them 30 days, 2 weeks, you know, and I was like, whatever, man, you know, I'm done, man. But I want to say it never really bothered me, but after I thought about it, it kind of did, you know, especially, you know, it's the bets, you know,
Mhm.
but it's taken years, man, to, you know, make amends with my family and the stuff I
Uh-huh.
did to them, man,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
so, you know, 14 years this year for me, and it's still a work in progress, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, there was my mom and my brother Cletus were a big part of being there for
Yeah.
me and my kids. And
Yep.
I mean, I've had my kids taken and put they were put in the state.
Yeah.
Um, they were in foster care, and I had to do everything to get them back,
Yep.
and I did,
Yeah.
and I got them back quick too. I mean, because
Nice.
I just did everything that I needed to do.
Yep.
Um, had to go to meetings, counseling, everything, but in the end, it was worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
I got my kids back, and my son now is, he was even on here,
Yeah, he was.
but he said,
He was one of the
yeah, he said,
he was one of the best
he said, he said, I've never seen my mom drunk.
Yeah.
I've never seen her high. I've
Yep.
never seen her smoke cigarettes. I've never seen her do
Yeah.
any of that.
Yep.
And that feels good. I
Yeah, it
mean,
does.
because they're my other kids seen all that.
Yeah.
But at
No,
least,
he's a good kid, man.
uh-huh.
He's you know, just interviewing him that night, he was telling me, you know, he has you know, what happened and stuff, and I was like, you know, this is a good kid, man.
Mhm.
You know, just got caught up in the wrong, you know, and
Yeah.
that didn't make him a bad person. He's not a bad person, man. In fact, I'd like him to come back on one of these
Mhm.
times, you know. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, meth is something else. I
yeah.
mean, even when you're in recovery, you still gotta worry about that. I mean, because one hit and that's it.
Oh man, I know.
One hit and you could be done. I
Yep.
mean, you could it could be laced, or you just don't know anymore.
So
So
when did you start, Yvette? When was the
um
first time?
the very first time I used was my daughter Mandy was a baby, and um two of my friends were my boyfriend and his friend were we were down here in South Dakota and went back to Nebraska, and they were down in my apartment, and me and my boyfriend were fighting and stuff, so I didn't want to go down there, and my brother and my cousin went down there to see what was going on, and they were down there for a long time, so I was like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go be nosy. And so I go down and I peeked in my window, and they were down there using.
Yeah.
And at the time I didn't really know anything about it or what they were doing. But after I looked and seen them, I was like, let me go try this. And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wow.
Up for a week, and yeah, it was crazy, 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 crazy life.
Yep.
Looking over your shoulder all the time for
Yeah.
the cops to come and get you. I mean, it's just crazy.
That was it then, huh?
Yeah, well, I've had the
Was it after you did that? Was it like just a weekend thing, or did it start off like a everyday thing right after that?
it started off every day.
Every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Just
Wow.
like that.
Yeah.
One time. 15 years later.
Yeah.
15 crazy years
Wow.
of running from the law. I mean, I always thought that because I paid my babysitter, I always made sure my kids were fed and everything, that they were good.
Yeah.
And I was taking good care of them. Didn't even know what was going on. I mean, I was doing all of that, and my focus was really on, I made sure there was stuff at home for them and paid my mom, paid babysitters, but my focus was on, and at that time it wasn't crystal meth, it was crank.
Yeah. Yep.
And that is a whole different story. I mean, that's like,
Yep.
yeah, it's totally different than what's going around now.
Yeah.
But it still does messes you up, and still messes up your life no matter what. But yeah, I've used meth, I've used alcohol, I've used cocaine, and I don't ever want to use it again.
Yeah.
No telling what's in it.
Yep.
But yeah, so I try to help people that are still actively using. I mean, I forgot to tell about my friend Roxy. She's the director of the Norfolk Rescue Mission, and one of the times when I was in jail, I got out of jail, and that's where I went to the Norfolk Rescue Mission. And
so that's like a halfway house, or
they have a treatment there.
Okay.
And that treatment there is a year long.
Wow.
But my friend Roxy, me and her, we got clean the same time.
Now she runs it?
And she's the director now.
Wow, man.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. Her and her husband. And she's I call her for anything. I mean, she's a really good friend. But she comes
Right
down.
on, Roxy.
Yeah, she comes down. She comes down. Her and I have two friends that come down and bring donations down. And actually,
I seen that.
Actually, they're going to be coming on the 29th in 2 days.
June, 2 days.
29th.
Where at?
I don't know. I don't know if we can get them at the gym or where, but it'll be here in town somewhere. Well, yeah.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday.
What are they bringing?
They'll bring clothes, blankets, food, shampoo, toilet paper.
They'll be at
pretty
Greg
much everything.
Zephier's residence in town. Yeah.
They've been there a couple times now.
Yeah, they've been there. This is like their fourth year. This is like their fourth year of coming.
So they'll be at your house? Greg Zephier's residence, Wagner, South Dakota. What time?
I'm not sure yet. I'll post it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep it posted.
Nice.
But yeah, so she was one that I got clean with, and now she's the director, and she goes to the jail and talks to women and men in the jail, and that's probably what, if I was in Nebraska, that's probably what I would be doing with her.
I don't know. I just think it's same with me. You know, I mean, I probably should have been in prison more than once, but you know, he had another plan for me, and I feel like I just got to get back. You know, I mean, I think that's how everybody that's been there wants to do. You know, I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to help another, you know, addict. You know, because that is hell, man. That living that life is hell. You know it. Greg knows it. Anybody that's been there, you know, knows the up all night, the pacing, the thinking where you're going to get your next hit. You know, how am I going to get some money? Am I going to rob? Am I going to steal from my family? What can I get? You know, it's mine's going 100 miles an hour and you're walking in circles. You know, who wants to live like that?
It's a job.
Yeah, it is.
It's a whole job.
Yeah. You know, who wants to,
You're working on that your whole
yeah,
day.
you know, not thinking of your kids, your wife, your husband, you know, your family, you know, that's out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but
Mm-hmm.
they come last.
But
You
yeah,
know,
we used to call Frank. We used to call it Frank.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was our man
yeah,
because we went to him for everything.
yep,
He was always there with us.
yep. And I really do believe, man, you know, that you know, for our people, anyone, you know, the white community, black, native, Mexican, you know, alcohol was a problem for us, you know, and when the dope hit, when the crank, the meth hit, man, that just that even man drew us down more,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So
Mm-hmm.
and I'm so happy, man. You're here, Yvette, Greg, me, all our the friends that are in recovery, man. We're you know,
Mm-hmm.
Kim, Zena, Rihanna, everyone trying to, you know, help somebody. You know, that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel it's about. Anybody out there, I got friends in all over that are clean, man, and they're doing the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I also wanted to uh, say I got a friend in North Dakota, 48s. They started a thing called Res Recovery.
Mm-hmm.
They might be coming on the show here in the next couple of weeks, but it's a group up there. They're starting meetings, uh, everything, you know, to help the people, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and it just isn't a reservation thing. It's a community, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't just here. It's in the cities everywhere, man,
Yep.
you know, so
Yep.
sorry. I just had to butt
It
in there.
don't
Like,
discriminate at
no, it
all.
doesn't.
It
No.
doesn't. I've known business owners that use. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just so many. It don't discriminate,
Yep.
and it can get you real quick.
Yeah.
It's the devil.
It is.
It's the devil.
It is.
Yvette, can I ask you a question,
Yeah.
Yvette?
Mm-hmm.
Was there a time like before you started using, were you like curious about using, or did it really just kind of, you know, was it like, do you feel like it was something that triggered, or?
I was actually more of a drinker and never was really ever heard of it, never was around it. The first time when I looked in that basement window of my apartment was the first time I ever knew anything about it. I've never seen it before. None of that. That was the very first time.
So do you think like it was kind of a like if you were a drinker, like in probably I'm these are assumptions,
Mhm.
drinking to numb, you know, maybe the good
Mhm.
time to numb some emotions,
Uh-huh.
feelings, whatever. Do you think like it was just a curiosity of maybe numbing more, or was it just it was there, it was what people were doing?
Uh-huh. Well, when you that first hits it, I mean, you're gonna end up doing it. And at that time, it just came around, and then it was everywhere, just like that. I mean, real fast. It took over so many lives real fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you go to prison for the dope?
Mhm.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
you got caught?
Yeah.
Like how did
I
you
got
stopped?
I use the restroom.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
don't
tell
tell
you.
you.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Where's the restroom at?
Oh, straight back. Is it, are we
Yeah,
paused?
we're still, let me go ahead and pause it here.
All right, we're back. Had to take a little break there with Yvette Zephier. So I was asking Yvette, you know, when you went to prison the first time, you don't mind sharing.
Yeah. It was both times was for drugs.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, every time I went to jail, it was because of drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole life was focused on drugs.
Yeah.
So that was my everyday thing, was to where I'm going to get it, how I'm going to get it.
I know those days. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was because of drugs that I went to prison. It was so crazy. I mean, I went to jail one time and almost everybody in there was somebody I knew
Yeah.
that I was either using with or knew somehow.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
going on? Everybody's in here. But yeah, I got pulled over one time and swallowed the drugs.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the hospital and they pumped my stomach
Oh man.
and you don't want that done.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't want that done. It's terrible.
Yep.
But
And still got charged.
uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. I've had my house raided. And that was one of the times that when my kids were taken.
Yeah.
My kids were at a house that got raided. I mean, it was just the circle that we were
Yeah.
in was just shouldn't have been in there.
Yep.
But that's what meth does to you.
So like when you were using and stuff, and I know your family, I know your mom, and was there any of your family members saying, Yvette, man, get your shit together? And was anybody there on you trying to make you
Yeah.
there was?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I ended up where when my kids were taken, I couldn't even go to my mom's house.
Yeah.
And so I was I had my own car. So I was just like, and I was selling at the time and using. That's how I was staying high. I was selling it.
Yeah.
And I would just drive around and go to different people's houses and stuff and because I couldn't go to my mom's.
Yeah.
I ended up weighing like 110 pounds or something.
That's
Thought I
cool.
looked cute.
Yeah.
Cheeks all sunk in and thought she looked cute though.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Terrible.
Yeah, that is that's pretty tiny there, man.
Yeah. 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 It does something else to you though.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, through my friends, my good friends that were there for me, I mean, helped me get to where I needed to go. My Aunt Rita, she was there for me a lot. Without them, shoot,
Yeah.
who knows where
Yeah.
I'd be? Because they were like pushing me to do the right thing. Marilyn and John Wright, they were played a big part too of with my kids.
Oh man.
With my kids because they took
The late John Wright?
no.
Oh, different John
Yeah,
Wright?
John
Oh,
from Nebraska.
okay.
But they were related to us, so that's where they were placed.
Yeah.
And they were really, really good to my kids, and they brought them to visit me all the time. And
Nice.
yeah, and my kids love them to death.
Nice.
They were the most awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Couldn't have made it through without them.
Yep.
Because if I wouldn't have known where my kids were, oh,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah. Yep.
But they were there. They were there and helped. So I'm forever grateful to them.
Yep. Good people out there, yeah.
Yeah, there is.
There's there was always somebody there for me, man. But at the end, nobody wanted to be around me, man. And I didn't blame them. I got divorced. My kids. It just they should have did it way sooner, man. But I pushed everybody away that tried to help me and get me on the right track. But that's what it does.
Yep.
And
Yep.
but we're here today.
Yeah, my mom, my brother, they wouldn't talk to me either. They were mad at me too.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go around them, but I mean, and it took a while for them to come back around. I mean,
Yep. Which brother?
Cletus.
Yeah.
I
Cletus.
mean, because you break trust.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you're not honest. You're a manipulator. You're just doing all kinds of crazy stuff,
Yeah.
pissing everybody off.
Yeah.
Pissing the whole town off.
Yeah. I remember Cletus when I don't know, I just gotta tell this story, man, when he was in the county and he was in there a while, man, and I got thrown in like 3 times the whole time he was in there. And I remember calling I think I called my aunt or something, and he was like, "Don't get him out. He's just gonna get thrown back in here again." I was like, "Oh man." And yeah, you know that just
Yep. Jails, institutions, and death.
yeah,
When
for
they
real.
say that, that's the truth.
For real, man.
That's the truth.
And yeah, it's just it's a cycle, man,
Hmm.
you know.
A
And
vicious cycle.
vicious, you know. Like through all your using and stuff, I mean, did you because I know, yeah, I mean, you grew up in the AIM world, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, did that ever come across your mind and stuff while you were, I mean, was it conflicting with you? Just I mean, like, you know,
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, because I grew up like around that and around the Sundance and all
yeah,
of that.
yep,
But when you're an addict,
yeah,
that stuff don't even
I know,
come to mind.
yep,
You're too focused on that high.
yes, for real,
You're numbing yourself from feeling anything.
yeah,
From feeling anything.
yep, yeah. Like when man, when I was out there, I like my aunt, you know, my aunt Chairman, they were church, you know, my auntie Pat, my uncle Bob, they're all church, you know, and
Mhm.
I remember a couple times they, you know, they were like, just come over, you know, and
Mhm.
you know, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll be over, but I never did. And now
Mhm.
that was one of my regrets today, you know, wishing that I could have been sitting over there with my aunt, you know.
Mhm.
She'd have services all the time, you know, people would go to the house and they'd that's one of my, I know they're happy now, but I should have been there,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
And
because like through all my using and in and out of jail, and I've missed funerals,
oh man,
birthdays.
yes,
I missed so much.
yes,
My favorite uncle passed away. I missed his funeral. I mean, just missed so much, and you don't even realize it.
yeah,
Time flies by, and so many years are gone, and you come to, and
yep.
you're 54 years old.
Oh man, yeah, for real,
Or 35
yeah,
when you finally come to.
yeah. Wow,
Because
man,
it just puts you in a like a phase too. I mean, you just
yep,
everything's clouded. Your judgment, everything.
yep. So how is it today for you? I mean,
I'm I work a lot.
yeah,
Um
I know that you're always,
I work a lot, and but even though I'm working, I still do things to help everybody. I mean,
yep,
like getting the donations here. I mean, even um if I see alcoholics or addicts out there that I know, I try to get them to go somewhere.
yeah,
A lot of them I'm trying to get to Nebraska to the mission there because it's a
yeah.
year-long program. And I've talked to a few people, and
So like
they said they want to go, but
getting there's another,
yeah, I mean, I can run into them one day and they're ready to go, but then I can't take them at the time.
yeah. So
So
do you
then a
do?
couple days later, then next they're not
So you could
ready
just
anymore.
go down there, pop in, and they're in there for a year.
As long as you got to get into their program.
So do you got to fill out like an app and stuff? And
It's a mission. As long as you can pee clean, you can go there, and then you can get into their program.
then they help you get clean and get a job and everything.
Well, when you're in the program, you can't get a job. You're
Or
there.
treatment.
You're there.
Oh.
But then your job while you're there is to get donations for the mission. Go out.
Yeah.
Clean there, cook.
Wow.
do odd jobs or whatever.
So
But a lot of
it
donations they do.
is it a building? I mean,
They have
houses?
there's a house for the men, a dining room, and then it has the business office, a house for the women, and it has a house for a family.
Nice.
Oh, the one for the family is kind of bigger. It has a um, washroom and all, laundry room and all of
Yeah.
that.
Just like Wash Clean Ministries, Derek, you know, in Sioux Falls.
Hmm.
Pastor Craig does that one up there, and I don't know if you've seen him. He was on the show, but he's got a story. Prison. Now he helps people
Mhm.
get involved and stuff. So and there's actually some people from here that are in his program and stuff.
That's
So
good.
yeah,
That's awesome.
his is growing too. So I
Mhm.
can imagine. You know, I never had anything like that when I was using. You know,
Well,
somewhere.
for the program there too, they help you when you're done with the program.
Yeah.
Get into an apartment. Um, when I was there, they helped a girl with a vehicle. Because they don't want you to go back out there and be
Yeah.
struggling, because when you're struggling, then that's when you're gonna
Yeah.
go down. So they want to keep you up. So
Yep.
they help you with all of that.
Wow. So did you get anybody in there? I
Um,
mean, within these.
no, I mean, I've gotten some family in there, but they never really stayed.
Yeah,
But no, I haven't.
man, that'd be so awesome, man. You
Mhm.
know,
Hmm.
because you know, at the end for me, I was staying in my house, and then I didn't have no electric or water, or
Mhm.
and it was cold, man. You know, pipes froze. Uh, water pipe, my pipes busted. You
Uh-huh.
know, and
And
that
you didn't even care.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that's how it is.
As long as I had my
Uh-huh.
dope, man, I was all
Yep.
right. You know,
Mhm.
and I lived out in the country. Kind of lived down by your dad's there. I mean, the Sundance grounds towards there, man. But you know, I had to walk a mile to even catch
Mhm.
a ride, you know,
Yep.
to the highway. But if I had dope, you know, people would be coming out,
Uh-huh.
you know. But
Yep.
other than
They'll be your
that,
best friend.
yeah. Other than that, you know,
Mhm.
no, they ain't coming out, man.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, wow,
Crazy.
yeah. So how is your kids today? I mean, I know,
Um, they're all older now, and they
yeah,
all have their own
yep,
lives, and I mean, they're I got two of them that are in recovery.
nice,
Um, one of them, I try to get him to come and talk, but
yeah,
he's went to school.
yeah,
He's been clean. I think going on 2 years now.
yeah,
Graduated,
yep,
got him a good job.
yeah. He messaged.
Mhm.
He said he want, and I told him,
Mhm.
but he's like, I got to check my schedule first.
Uh-huh.
So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, whenever you're ready,
Uh-huh.
you know. So
Yeah, we'll get him on.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But yeah, but I just wanted to let people know that there is a different way. Um, don't let people tell you that you can't get a job, because I've gotten jobs where I became supervisor, and it's just all about your ethic and how you do your job and stuff. And
yep,
but yeah, I've been a supervisor in a few different places, so it can be done.
yeah,
You can move forward. You can become better than what you were.
yep.
I was going to ask Yvette, you know, you were talking about your sponsor, and I don't know, Leon, did you ask about any relapses, and kind of like, how did people walk with you, like when you stumbled, like in those times when you stumbled or when you fell, backslid?
Um, my family were mad. I mean, people get mad. My kids get mad. Um, but other people, they loved it. They
Yeah,
loved it because then they could get high with me. But um, I just now I just don't go around people that are using. I don't let them come around me or my family.
That's what you got to do.
Mhm.
You know, you have to.
Yeah, you got to protect
Man,
yourself and your
for real.
family, and but still tell them the right thing to do. I mean,
Mhm.
still let them know that
Yeah.
you don't have to be like this. This is not the way.
Yep,
There is a better way.
there is.
Has the relationship with your family just really grown? I'm sure in the time of your using and everything, I'm sure your families, you guys, I know the Zephier family. I
Mhm.
know you guys are such a tight knit family. You know, have you seen a lot of those relationships like between you and your kids, like mended and things like that? Okay, what a wonderful thing.
Mhm.
That's just I always have hope in that for families that have to go through that. It's always such a
Yeah, when they were younger, they would tell me exactly how they felt about me using and everything. But now that I've been clean so long, I mean, they love it.
mhm.
They love it. Yeah, we get along good, all
Yeah.
of us.
I know it just, I don't know what it is, but I mean, whenever you do get clean and you're doing good, man, that's when you
That
get
devil's out there too.
that's when
though.
you get attacked the most,
That
you know.
devil's out there.
Yes.
He's waiting there
Yes.
waiting for you to come down just a little bit
Oh,
so he can
man.
grab you.
No, he knows how to use people to get to you.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I've seen it you know, over the years, and to this day, man, he's still working, you know, hard.
Yep.
You know, I've seen it, I've witnessed it. You know, even, you know, I even get involved sometimes, you know, of I'll start talking, you know, and I catch myself, man. I'm like, dude, man, you don't need to be getting involved in this. Just
Yeah.
keep your mouth shut and you know, keep going, man. You know, keep walking. But
Well, I wish I could keep my
I
mouth
know,
shut.
man. You know, but it does, you know, and it took me a long time, but you know, after I got clean and you know, every day for me, man, when I was using was chaos, you know, and I was
Mhm.
used to that. That was a normal
That's
day.
an addiction too.
Yeah,
The chaos and
for
all
real.
that is
If
an
if
addiction.
if something wasn't happening that wasn't good, you know, I wasn't feeling right. You know, something had to be going on, man. Something had to be happening. I had to be involved. Chaos, you know, that was normal, you know,
Mhm.
for me
Pain
fighting.
and suffering becomes an addiction because you feel like you can't feel love anymore. That you've lost all trust with all your
Yeah.
family and all that pain. That you can feel pain and sadness, though. I mean, that becomes like one of your driving forces. I mean, it sounds like crazy, but I mean, it's it's kind of that.
Yeah, and it does, bro, because you know, even when you know, after I got clean and you know, it starts settling down, then all of a sudden, you know, you don't have to be an addict to be conniving and stuff, man. You know, all of a sudden you got a sober person, clean person, you know, coming up and tearing you up, you know, and I'm like, damn, I thought I just left this world, you know, and you know, you got people like, so you got to
But
be
the
able.
ones that are getting high, they got your same thinking
Oh,
going
man.
on. And then you get somebody sober and they're thinking
Yeah,
totally.
I mean, for me, I got to stay in prayer, and I gotta, you know, I gotta watch my mouth. I gotta,
Amen.
you know, I gotta step back when, you know, and for
Stay
me,
away from the negativity.
yeah, for me, I turned to God. You know, that was for me. You know, may not work for some people, but it does for me. I read. I try to get a couple verses in every morning. You know, and then I try to dwell on that. But I mean, I'm no saint by far, man. I still sin and stuff, but I mean, it's
We all do.
yeah,
We all
you
do.
know,
We all
it's
do.
just
Nobody's perfect.
yeah, you know, so that was a big part of my healing, and I went back to church, joined my Aunt Chermine's church with Mike and my Uncle Bob up at Cedar Church. So, you know, I became a member, and you know, so that helps. You know, I come to the lighthouse. So I
You
mean,
do this.
I do this, try to help, you know, and just try to give back. You know, that keeps me going. That's what I want to do. I want to help, you know, I want to help somebody, you know, just like you said, there's another way,
Mhm.
you know, and
Yeah.
nobody has to live like that.
The
you
first
know?
time I went to services when I was at the mission. I went to services. I just got out of jail and everything, and mind was kind of clearing up, and got in there, and I had all kinds of things going through my head. I mean, all kinds of. But the pastor started talking, and it felt like he was just talking right to me. I mean, everything that he was saying was just like right on, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
How does he know exactly what
Yeah.
I'm feeling and going through? But he did. Yeah, it was funny.
Is there any like words of encouragement if someone's watching this, you know, at whatever point, like if you were to encourage them in their sobriety, what would you say?
To just get around positive people, stay around positive people. Don't, if there's negativity around, get away from it. I mean, and just stay focused on yourself and your sobriety. And don't let nobody take that from you, because 1 week, 2 weeks, that's a long time for a meth addict.
Yeah.
1 year is a long time. So just got to keep moving forward. I
You know-
mean, and people slip and fall, but just get up, brush yourself off, and move on. Because that life is not for you.
Here's a good scenario right here, man. You know, I see it. I know other people do. You know, Greg Z's house, you know, people go there to you know, to almost for help,
Mhm.
you know. And Bern Dean, man, God bless that woman. Helping, feeding, you
Mhm.
know, they ain't going there just to you know, hang out. They're going there because they're missing something, you
Mhm.
know. That's what I feel, bro.
Mhm.
And you know, he's got a heart of gold, man, you know, and he helps. And so I'm really thankful for you and your mom. And you know, you guys are
You
feeding.
got to
And
get out there and help people,
Yeah.
because that one person
yeah,
it will make a difference in somebody's life.
it does, you know. And
Just listening to him.
yeah,
Mhm.
You don't even have to like
Say anything.
say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, just listening
Just
to him,
listening.
and just even that, you know, it happened.
I've seen it too, bro, you know.
At least whenever they're holy.
And then you have Bernadine there to tell them the right thing
Yeah,
to do.
yeah, yeah, you know. And
Yeah. And she won't hold back.
no,
So.
you know, just like I said, man, you know, what a good woman, man. So yeah, I just thank you, Yvette,
Yep.
for coming on.
Yep.
And
Thank you guys
thank
for
you,
having
Z.
me.
And if you ever need to, you know, get something out there, just come on, bro. You know, anytime, man. Next week, it's gonna be a good show. So just wanted to thank everybody for that's involved in this. We're gonna all keep going no matter what. As a community, as a tribe, um, you know, we got good people out here, man, to help. You know, just come be a part, man. That's
Mhm.
all we want.
Just ask.
Just ask.
Just ask.
You know, I asked.
And
Nothing.
it's hard to ask though,
Yeah.
for some people, but
Yep.
they have to.
Yep. But thank you, and we'll see you next Recovery Warrior Talk next
All right.
Friday.